Tune on in. Before we start, it's your boy Tvokalz, the host in the building. Got a special guest, Big Swoll. Whoa. What's up, man?
Master Sosa.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about what he do and all that good stuff, but we want y'all to come on in, vibe. Hey, yeah. Come on in, tune on in. You can go to my pages, fam, so you can go and share. So we get people to get your followers to go and tune in since they say, hey, Big Swoll, when we gonna hear from you? Well, today is the day, y'all.
Yeah.
Tune on in. Today is the day. So tune on in, yeah. Hey, today is the day. Come on, tune on in. Ooh, we got my another guest. Come on. D.Ford in the building. Right on time.
Hey.
Right on time.
How are you?
Yeah.
Good. Great. Swoll. Yes, ma'am. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's vibing.
It's a new month. Happy November.
Yeah.
This is nothing but blessing November.
60 days
Talk about it.
to recap on your blessings for 2024. Recap on it. Remember where you was at 2024.
Oh,
How alive you was.
that's
Huh?
dope. That's dope.
Yeah, let's recap.
No, think about that. Think about the things that you've accomplished this
That's
year
right.
alone.
That's right.
I've accomplished a pretty dope. That's always my yearly goal. My yearly goal is always to be able to look back and
That's
make
right.
sure there's progression.
That's right.
You know, you don't have to be a whole big change. There needs to be some
right.
type of progression from
Right.
year to year, whether it's my finance, my tithes at church, my time with family. I always try to assess it and make sure that I have more than I did from last year.
That's right. And believe it or not, progression has been my word for the year.
Wow. Come on here. Come on here. Yes.
That's right. Because you know that famous quote, trust the process?
Mm-hmm.
Well, in order to trust the process, you got to have progression.
You do?
In order to proceed through the process, you got to have a progressive mentality.
You do.
And in that progressive mentality, when the process is in what? Formality, then you start trusting things.
Come on.
You just can't, trust the process, and you going through the notion, and then next you know everything start falling apart around you. Guess what? Because you stop being progressive.
Mm-hmm.
So I learned how to push through, because when I trust the process, that means when I wake up, I know I'm going to be progressive.
Yeah, because if you're not progressive, you're stagnant.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
You gotta keep going.
And you have to keep going, because one thing about stagnation, it grabs you quick.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes we will become okay in that area. We'll become comfortable in
That's
that
right.
stagnation. And my pastor will often say, only thing that doesn't grow are things that are dead.
That's right.
So that's another way that you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to be stagnant, because
That's
that
right.
means that you're not growing, you're not
That's right.
moving, and those things you usually wither and die. So
That's right. And how can you grow into what you are called to be, right, if you don't have that progressive mentality? And so I look at it to where if I'm wanting to bear fruit, right, and I'm wanting to not be stagnant, And yet I put myself into a mentality state of saying, okay, I want this to be accomplishing. I want to achieve this. Well, then guess what? I have to press forward and I have to trust the process. Like the pastor say, if you don't trust the process and if you don't progress and knowing that you have a goal, then you're like, oh, I'll get to it later.
So I have a question for you. So how does one? Because the thing is that it's a mind game, right?
It's all a mind game.
It's all a mind game, which means it's ultimately a decision.
Mm-hmm.
How does one cultivate a progressive mind when they don't have one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm 50 years old and I've been who I am, how I am for 50 years. And I don't like it per se. I want to change it. How does one cultivate and how do they adapt and change and get that type of mindset?
Well, see, my first step is I always tell people, like, for instance, the actual statement that we're making today is the new hashtag I'm pushing out is 2025 Look Alive. So when I'm in my coaching ability, I tell my clients, I say, you got a goal to lose 10 pounds, okay? You have to make necessary sacrifices to get those 10 pounds off. And so one of my examples I give, I say, look, you know there's somebody in the hospital right now. They don't even know if they're going to wake up tomorrow.
Right.
And so what we do is because we're in our healthy state, we're breathing, we don't have any organs failing, guess what we do? We set our alarm clock because we are sure to wake up the next day. And so in order for us to have that type of mentality to know that, hey, I'm going to cultivate for tomorrow what I plan to do, we set the alarm. When it goes off, we wake up and we go about our day. Guess what? That person laying in their bed don't have that capability. So we have to have that type of mentality each day that if I wake up the next day, it's a blessing. You know, it's a present. It's an opportunity. It's a chance for me to get better. It's a chance for me to be thankful, be grateful. That's how you cultivate and bear those fruits. So when I'm meeting someone that is on their last leg, I got to be thankful. I say, hold on a second. This person's suffering with this. This person's suffering with that. And here I am walking around in good health. I'm not going to take that for granted.
Yeah. I often tell people it's really as simple as an attitude of gratitude.
That's right.
It's literally as simple as an attitude of gratitude. I remember when I was 17 years old, my boyfriend in high school, I wasn't rebellious with my mom, but my mom was a very conservative person. My mom was a very ladies lady. Ladies are to be seen and not heard.
Yeah.
And if I say it, that's what it is.
Come on.
That ain't never been me.
Yeah.
I mean, I won't say that never been me, but I've always wanted to know if I have a question. I feel like my voice should be heard and things of that sort. And me and my mom, we had an argument. It was my senior year of high school, and I was so ready to be grown. And so I remember I was walking out of the house, and my boyfriend in high school, he was walking down the street, and he was like, sad, visibly sad. Yeah. And so I was like, what's wrong with you? And he was just like, my mama just died. And so I was just like, I knew that he wasn't raised by his mom. He was raised by other family members. And I knew the background behind his mom and how, like, she wasn't a good mom at all. She had done some pretty, horrible things or whatever to him. So me with having a mom who was a great mom, she just set boundaries and she set rules, and there was that. And I was rebellious, but he looked at me and I didn't understand why he was mad. Like, she wasn't even a good mama to you, so what are you sad for?
I hear that.
Horribly, that's what it was. And he was just like, and I was started complaining about my mom, and he was like, did you just hear what I said? I just said that my mama is dead. Like, I will never have the opportunity to fix that relationship. She would never have the opportunity to tell me. She said, I don't know if she would ever be able to tell me she loves me or whatever the case may be. And he was like, man, Dorian, you complaining because your mama told you something and you were wrong. He was like, stop complaining.
Right.
You complaining about having a headache is somebody who got an aneurysm. You complaining about somebody who your foot hurt.
That's good.
Somebody doesn't have a foot.
Talk about
So
it.
you have to just have an attitude of gratitude. And that's the first time I kind of heard that
Yep.
slogan together. Then I ended up going to college. And that was one of the poem that we had to study in my freshman orientation
That's
class.
right.
But I was just the attitude of gratitude.
Yeah. I don't complain because not only do I have transportation, somebody don't.
Right.
Not only do I have a roof on my head, somebody don't. Not only do I have a good 3-course meal, somebody don't.
Right.
So there's no room for me to complain.
There's people out here who feel like I had a kid when I was a teacher at a local high school who told me, man, Miss Dorian, I don't care. It's about that time anyway. It's about to get cold. It's time for my through hide in the cot.
Mm.
So I had never heard of that terminology, had no idea what he was talking about. The seasons were changing. It was right around this time, around fair time. And he was like, yeah, it's time for my through hide in the cot. And I was like, what is that? So you laughing, but I was
Yeah.
like blown away. And he was like, yeah, I'm going to go commit a petty crime, something that's going to give me a
Oh,
little
wow.
time to where I'll be able to go to jail and have 3 hot meals and somewhere to stay during the cold one, the cold sentence.
Yeah.
Cold one. So I was like, attitude of gratitude. Like we're complaining. I fuss at my son. You're complaining about having to eat leftovers, but leftover steak. You don't want to eat leftover
You
steak.
hear me?
And it's kids out
Throw that
here
in there and
who
fry.
will go out there
Yeah.
and commit a crime to ensure that they're going to be able to have somewhere to stay and somewhere to eat.
And that's the unfortunateness of mental health. And yeah, I keep up with the status because of what I do and where I'm at today. I do keep up with the percentage. And so,
So I'm sorry. Before we get to the percentage, and I don't mean to cut you.
Oh, no,
to
you good.
cut your thought off.
You good.
But we've been talking
Yes,
and having
yes.
some amazing
Yes.
conversation.
Word up.
And so we need to go ahead and talk
Bless.
about who you are, what
Bless.
you do,
Bless.
and let's go ahead and let the people know what's going on. Or had you already done that?
I have not. We just started vibing and you walked in. So listen, this is your boy Tvokalz, the host.
It's your favorite girl in the world, D.Ford.
And this is Culture Connected TV. And we have a special guest, Big Swoll, today, man. What's going on, bro?
Appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. Being a
Yes.
blessing.
Man, this is an awesome guy. I've been knowing him
thank you.
for quite some time now. He's a jack of all trades. But
Blessing.
one thing that I do admire about him, he is a bodybuilder.
Blessing.
If anybody know the bodybuilding game, if you've seen any type of Netflix documentaries, you see what they put into their body, how they tear it down, how they build it back up. It takes a lot, bro. And I salute you, man, because I don't know if I can go through that. I definitely want to have a healthier life and make sure my body right and tight. But what you do, man, I salute you, man. This dude has won a lot of things. So look him up. Please check him out. Please do. Please check him out at D.Ford. What you got to say right now?
So I'm ready to go ahead and get right into
Blessing.
who you are. I want you to tell the people who you are. And then after you tell the people who you are, I have another question for you that I want you to go ahead and put on your mind and want you to run right into that. Why did you choose to talk about mental health?
Darcel Francois, aka Swoll Master Sosa. So actually, just to give that backdrop of the name, my last name is Francois, El Salvadorian friend, back from New Orleans. That's where I'm from.
Okay.
So my father's side is from New Orleans. Mother's side from Opelousas, Lake Charles, and
All sorts of occasions.
yeah. Family side, New Orleans, Lafayette. So I'm a Southern, of course, Louisiana bound.
Right.
Of course, my parents separated. 5 years old. Dad went that way, and I went with my mother, of course, and living from pillar to post, if you know what I mean.
I do.
And so I've had a rocky road. Of course, we'll probably get into that. I don't want to get into that at the beginning of this here mentioning. But great friends growing up, you know what I'm saying, running the streets, and had El Salvadorian friend, like to, shout him out for giving me my name, my alias. Ran with it, Swoll, because he couldn't say Francois. He was El Salvadorian, his accent, Swoll. And I was like, okay. So I took that, tatted on me. start competing, bodybuilding, all in the garage, lifting with all my friends, moving to the backyard. We hitting the weights left and right. And that time progressed. I ended up going to a gym called Bally's. I think they went out of business now. It may be a location somewhere, but I started getting rooted in, I started seeing guys that was lifting heavy weights, and I'm looking back, I'm admiring too,
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa, where this come from, and at that time, I'm 13, and so if I can back up a little bit, so at 12, I'm on the side of my best friend's house, and where we from, we like to have a lot of cookouts.
Yeah.
We like to hang
on.
out on the block.
Come
We
on.
like to,
You've been
party
down
all
there
night
for a
long.
little time. Yeah.
We like the
Celebrate
second
everything.
line.
Yeah.
We like
Yeah.
to eat and have fun and cards and dice and dominoes and
eat
play
more.
ball. We do that, and it's almost every weekend, So, and so he say, my best friend dad say, go there and clean up the backyard, make sure it's cleaned up. We for to have it back here tonight. And I was like, okay. So we got up, and so I'm helping up cleaning up. I don't know if y'all remember. It was the waste that's plastic, and on the inside it had cement. And if you keep on throwing it on the ground, they crack on the inside, right? Because that cement kind of break up. And so I'm on the side of the house picking it up, and I heard that. I said, what is this? I did it again. Light bulb went off. I got this burning sensation in my bicep. I was all, see, I didn't know at that time that was my calling.
Wow.
At 12 years old. I got infatuated. I started lifting. I started curling on the side of the house and not even knowing this was God was letting me know. There you go, son. I got your calling right there. I got your purpose in life. I got you what you gonna do. You may not know it right now, but I'm gonna open your eyes when that time comes.
Right.
So, of course, grabbed it. Purpose. So, of course, put that down. I had to go help everything else. And, so, over the course of time, I gradually, found myself, getting in tune with lifting weights. And so, a person like me growing up, it was always family oriented. It was always, I'm finna go to your house. I'm finna go to your house. And so when I went to one of my friend's house, B Money, Brandon, which he passed away, he had some sets of weights in his closet. And I'm like, bro, let's pull this out. So now here we are. We listening to Scarface, I believe at that time. I found, you know what I'm saying? Lifting weights. Yeah. And so here again, I'm starting to tap into my purpose. That fire, that coal down there is starting to resonate, and not knowing, but yet I start getting acquainted with who I was on the inside. And so, as I was growing up, of course, like I say, living from pillar to post, you're not really settled. So now you're having to travel here and there. You're not really getting acclimated. You're not really grounded, So I had to always get up and go somewhere. And I had to find myself there. And I had to find myself here. And I had to find myself over there. And not knowing that, hey, if you just get settled with yourself, maybe you can grab hold to your gift. Well, see, I was having gifts all over the place. That's why you call me
Jack of all trades.
I call it Sosa of all trades.
Yeah.
Because, throughout life, maybe, somebody, the parents that was, they become military brats, they call it, going to Europe and going to France and going all around the world, Australia, and you're not really settled. You're not really, in completion with, finding who you are, and it takes time. And so I'm 42 years old, and, I just tapped into my purpose at 25. But God spoke to me 11 years before at 14. Right. And so, but I didn't know, but it took me 11 years to find out who I was. And so when I found out who I was, that's when I realized, I wonder where I'd be if I would have tapped into it 11 years. But of course, I was living pillar to post. I didn't have nothing rooted and grounded to call my own. You know what I'm saying? And so I tell people today, you may not know where you want to be. You may not know what you really tapped into. You may not know how you really want to be an impact in the world, right. But it takes time to get to know who you are. And man, I promise you, when I start learning me, and see, the reason why I'm able to tap into bodybuilding is because it was always in me. And so I don't need nobody to motivate me to go to the gym. I don't need nobody to encourage me to go to the gym.
Come on.
When I wake up in the morning, that's before I go to work, that's the first thing I'm thinking about is gym. I'm gonna go through my 8 hours, and when I find time to work on me, I'm gonna go to the gym. I don't need to call up my friends and say, hey man, we meet at the gym. No, because I'm gonna be there before you do. I don't need nobody to say, man, you better eat right, because I'm gonna eat right and make sure you do too. And so I find myself in a place where I've always had to be self-motivated, self-encouraged, self-inspired. And see, that's how I've grown today to be that bodybuilder, which took me from 2017 to 2019, learning that field all over again, because I started competing at 2008. 2008, I tapped into that. I said, oh, I'm around these guys. Some big old dude yoked up. I said, oh yeah, let me get up in there. And sure enough, this was back in New Orleans. This was at the Crown Plaza. This was 2008, and the vendor came to the gym, French Riviera, which was upstairs in Metairie. Okay. He came upstairs and he put a paper out there, and so Swoll, man, you need to sign up. I was the first one signed up. Why? Because I had a team of 8 people. And so my team was encouraging me. My team was helping me with my nutrition. My team was helping me with the weight, spotting me. My team was making sure that I had what I need as far as, my vitamins, my supplements.
Would you say that one of the most important things for bodybuilding is and just listening to your story and thinking back through your progress? Oh, no worries. Would you say that one of the most important things for the process, or as far as for bodybuilding, is building the inside? Because of course we see all the muscles, we see the we see the veins popping out, we see all of that, right. But it's really impossible to get there without doing the inside work first. Can you speak to that?
You cannot do anything if you don't have your principles, okay? And so my principles is don't have no one tell you to do what you know you need to do. That's my first one. This is my health. I'm not sitting up here caping for somebody saying, hey man, you need to take care of your health. I don't call nobody, hey man, you want me to train you? I don't door knock and ask people, hey, you want a personal trainer? You know you need to take care of your health. I'm a service. You need my assistance, you need my help, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna give you more than 100%. And so I tell people, before you get into which is a lifetime journey, right. Taking care of your health is a journey.
I'm sick of it.
All right, hey, tell her we on it. We on it right now.
I'm sick of it.
Hey,
I just
listen,
don't
Dorian be on it.
Why
she be on
I can't lose the weight as fast as I can gain it. I just don't understand why if I work out 12 days straight, I don't lose 10 pounds. But if I eat 12 burgers 12 days straight, I'm going to gain the weight. I mean, I understand it, but I mean, I just wish I had one of those bodies for those people that can know, not have to do the work. But I really do feel better when I do the work and things of that sort. And that's one of the things that I had to learn on my journey, because I was really, really big on I'm going to just work out, and I'm going to work out 5 days a week, and I'm just not going to eat after 7 p.m., but I'm still going to eat whatever I want to eat. And I was lying to myself and everybody else. I had to change what was on the inside of me. And what I learned through my weight loss journey was that when I shed the weight mentally, emotionally, when I got to build on and sit with me and see the extra weight that I was carrying, it was physical. You could see it, but all the emotional stuff that was on the inside that you couldn't see. Once I had to sit in that and address those things, every one of those insecurities, every one of those doubts, every one of those things that I literally did the work to address head on, those toxic relationships that I addressed head on and had to deal with as I dropped the weight on the inside, I in turn started dropping the weight on the outside. So it all works together.
Well, see, this is where my teaching come in at. So we have our organ cells, which is on the inside, our mitochondria. All right.
Say it again. What is it called?
Mitochondria.
Mitochondria. I'm
Mitochondria.
learning today, Doc. Come on.
Yes.
Teach
Right.
us.
It's our powerhouse. All right. It's our organ cells. Right. It's what gives us the energy. Right. Everything is up here. So once you have this tied down, your body will help you. Right. You got to make here go my philosophies. Right. You have to make time to know that you got to separate your good from your bad. Meaning, if I know that I have a goal to keep my health intact, I'm not going to have my mind set on waiting in line at a Southern Classic after work. My mind should be getting home to that chicken breast, getting home to that salad,
Come on.
getting home to that mixed fruit, getting home to that, here's another one, that casein, that slow activating protein that allows my muscle to proceed in building. And see, one thing I learned in order to jump on that fitness train, I call it the money train, right? You have to have this in order to get this in order. And so when you
Help
have
somebody today, bro. Help
when
somebody.
you have this intact, this will follow. See, the mind rules the world, right? And one of my philosophies, communication rules the nation, right? We are a nation of our own. 8 billion cells. And how can you see that we have 8 billion people in the world? See, we're supposed to be giving each other good energy. But because we have bad energy outweighing good energy, yeah, we do have friends that may mislead us and misguide us and influence us to do wrong. But we got to have this intact to take care of me. I can't listen to, hey, Tommy, man, look, now, don't get me wrong. I love your family and their business, and I do need to get over there and just be a support guide, you know. But at the same time, at the end of the day, if you invite me to go to a crawfish boil, I'm literally gonna be picky, right? I'm gonna come, but I'm not gonna eat everything that's offered. I have to think about what I'm putting inside of me. And so, yeah, I may eat a half a potato. I may eat a half a sausage. I may eat a whole corn. You know what I'm saying? I may have one crawfish. But I see people out here today eating the entire pound, wanting 2 pounds,
1 and 2,
3 pounds.
I know people who you say 1 or 2 pounds, they're gonna look at you. They're gonna be. I'm talking about kids.
But
Correct.
But you see what I'm
Looking
saying?
at you crazy.
But
I
you see
want
what I'm saying?
5
I
or
do.
more.
Right. So this is where
Per person.
Correct. Right.
and this is where my lectures come in, and when I talk to my community people that's in the fitness world and really trying to find themselves, right? It's okay to eat. Hold on a second. We gonna have a little pushback on certain things,
Come on.
but you gotta have self-discipline.
Right.
And so self-discipline comes in when you start knowing that, hey, I have to abide by structure.
Right.
In order for me to be the bodybuilder that I have become, it's because I had to submit to discipline and structure. And so what I do is, this is how I want everyone to live, you, me, and the community and the world. This is straight up. This is how I will want everyone to live. We have to be disciplined when we don't celebrate. Okay? Now, life is to be celebrated. Okay? Yeah, I want to turn up every day. Oh, I want to eat this every day. Oh, my stomach is growling. Oh, I got temptation on my mind. However, how about saving those temptations and saving those cravings for times of big celebrations? For instance, your birthday, your anniversary, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. You see what I'm saying? So we have times that we come together as family and say, oh, well, you know what, Swoll, man, my birthday coming up, your mouth. I get, yeah, go ahead, enjoy life. But wait up. After you finish enjoying, get back on this money train. Why? Because you want your good always to outweigh your bad. Right? So say I just named five celebrations reasons.
Good eating too.
Good eating. There's nothing wrong with that. Right? You want to be disciplined more than you want to succumb to knowing that you're not going to fall in temptation just because it's around the corner and you got your windows rolled down by Popeyes and that smell hits your nose, you're going to make a U-turn? And you think, oh, I'm going to train and work it off tomorrow? No, you're not.
I'm guilty.
No, you're not.
I'm guilty.
No, believe me, it's a hard task.
Yeah, man.
It's very hard task. And I'm not saying it's that easy, but I'm saying this is how I've learned to structure it.
And I like what you said, but what I have fought and worked to do is to be strong even in those celebration times. And what I would like to see our culture, and it's actually one of the things that my friend and I, she's an RN, and we're planning Friendsgiving. And so we're wanting to present more healthy options just overall, celebrations and everything.
Yeah.
Because my thing with that is, we have families, right? So if we say we're going to eat, the celebrations, birthdays, well, then we're going out to eat for my son's birthday. We're going out to eat for the other son's birthday. We're going out to eat, so the celebrations and all that stuff can be a bit much. So
but are you separating it?
Yes.
Are they separated?
Yeah, they're separated because it's individual people.
That's right.
Right.
They're not back to back like some family members are.
Sometimes because like you said, with your family growing up close knit in New Orleans, somebody
every weekend,
every Sunday. I cook Sunday dinner every Sunday.
Yeah, she
so
does.
every Sunday, my family comes to my house. My family, my friends, we're eating, we're fellowshipping, or we not eating and fellowshipping. We're all together watching the games or whatever.
And I don't mean to cut you off, but let me say this. On that note, you stay clean all the way until it's time for Sunday dinner, right? Because your body do need a cheat meal.
Yeah.
Stay clean, strong, disciplined, structured until Sunday. Go to church. Got food waiting at home.
Come on.
Family together. Y'all have that one meal to replenish what you sacrifice from deleting from your ritual. Yeah. See, that's a ritual. Coming together.
Tradition, yeah.
Yeah, right? Y'all devoted. We put 20 and 30 years of keeping the family together by sitting and eating together. That's what we're missing. That's what we need today. So I wouldn't cancel that out. Because my wife and I, we did, and we going to get back to it, but we had a date night every Friday, right? So we're disciplined all through the week, and we go out to eat that Friday night, and I get to get whatever I want. You understand? And then the next day I'm back on that money train. I'm getting my health intact, and I'm burning off those calories, and I'm producing.
So tell everybody during the time of your bodybuilding, during that time of your competition.
Yes, sir.
Tell the people what is your diet like? What is it that you're eating, and then tell them what is your meal once you get done after competition. It was so funny when he told me what he was gonna eat. I was like, what? So tell everybody what do you eat doing before you competition? Right,
of course. So I know you all know that I'm a natural bodybuilder, so it's like a plus. And I am sponsored by 5 Star, and I want to shout them out.
Come on, shout your people out, bro.
For 7 years.
Let's toot the horn, bro. Yeah. Like this somebody we got somebody on here today, y'all. Seriously, if y'all don't tap into the bodybuilding world, please tap in. You're gonna see his face. But let's go.
For 7 years, I've taken some hardcore supplements that allow my body to transition and transform. And so with that, it takes strict dieting. Okay, sticking to a regiment, right? The same calories, the same proteins, the same fats, the same carbs, and you have to be strictly and no wavering. You can't say, oh, let me nibble on this and let me nibble on that, because you're messing up your progress. Right. And so, in order to get on that stage and look your best, you have to take yourself through the ringer. Right? You have to make sure that you got that noose around your neck, because ain't nobody else gonna choke me out. Ain't nobody else gonna pull me back and say, man, what you doing? Don't you got a show? You got 18 weeks. What you doing? I caught you over there eating that. Yeah. Right? So you gotta hold yourself accountable.
Yeah.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So by holding myself accountable, then I go into knowing that, my diet has always been straight turkey. Right? I eat turkey during the day and I eat fish at night, along with my asparagus and my sweet potato. All right? During the day is chicken, broccoli. Right? I have sometimes it's brown rice. All right? And most of my vegetables is always probably an apple or grapes.
So
Right.
let me ask you a question. Are you getting your food from the store in cans, or you
No.
you're going to the produce store and you're getting like the actual, I'm getting the greens and asparagus and I'm going to cook it myself?
You have to have everything natural.
Okay. I just want
Everything-
to help some people today. You know what I'm saying? Because people are asking like, tell me how you lost your weight. Well, it was something that I did for a whole year strictly is by, watching what I was eating, whatever. But I was not eating no type of canned foods, no dinner, TV dinners and stuff like that. So
Why?
I'm excited. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh, you're
excited
good.
to hear this stuff because
Thank you.
I really feel that I have a this is gonna sound horrible,
come on.
but I feel like I have a meal ticket. And what I mean by I feel like I have a meal ticket is I have a 13-year-old son who is 6 foot
Yeah.
300 pounds, 6'1", 300 pounds.
Yeah.
And he does powerlifting.
Oh.
And so he plays football, powerlifting, and all the other good jazz. And so I feel that I'm doing him a disjustice because I'm not building his body to where it could be full benefit at 13 years old with.
Great start too.
With he's been playing sports since he was 4. So I just feel that if I was to build his body even better, and see, I have a 19-year-old who's 6'5", and
play football,
amazing athlete, but again,
Got some giants.
right, didn't build his body, didn't, mama who don't know nothing about sports. All I wanted to do was keep my boys active.
Come on.
Right, I just wanted to keep them active, but I really wish that I had known the knowledge behind their bodies and things of that sort, because Isaiah, like I said, I feel like I did him a disjustice just not tapping in and not knowing those things. So is that something that you offer like maybe to kids? And that's something that I want to
definitely
do because there are a lot of other single moms like me, right?
Yes, we
I
helping
had
some
no
people, man.
idea that until my 19-year-old, I had no idea until his junior year when I started just taking it upon myself, because he went to one of the top schools in the city. I ain't gonna say which one, but they really only helped him on the field. They did nothing to prepare him outside of the field. They did nothing to help him for college or anything else.
Yeah.
So me being in education and things of that sort, and like I said, I'm degreed. I'm in education, and I'm still 5 years behind the mark, and I had no idea. We're going to on these college tours, and it's his sophomore, senior year, but there are parents there with their kids who are in the 8th grade.
Yeah.
So I'm like already behind the mark, and they're like talking about these diets, and they have like all this other type of stuff. So I really I'm happy we're talking to you, because I would love for other single moms to tap in and see, because those coaches a lot of the time are only concerned, even the black ones are only concerned with what your kid can do for them on the field. Again, I said some, I ain't say all, but a lot of them are only concerned about what your child is doing on the field, because at practice they're giving them Kool-Aid juices and a bag of chips at the end of practice. Right? But when you say stuff like that, you're like, oh, you're just judging. You want to be like them. Like, no, like, are y'all not thinking about this? Or am I tripping?
Right.
Some fruits.
Right. It's two core principles. Like I said, there's 3, but I gave you one. And it's, I'm not going to allow you to tell me what I already know.
Right.
I need to take care of my health. That's number 1. Number 2 is discipline. All right. So you got the discipline part. You got them, training and powerlifting, and you got you didn't do a disservice. You got him on the right track, right? So he found his niche.
Right.
He's sticking to it. Boom. Now, this way you may kind of veer it off, is a structure.
Right.
All right?
Facts.
Which is number 3.
I definitely can agree to that.
We can go to the gym every day.
Yeah.
You go get pizza afterward. You don't have structure.
Get out my
Correct.
business, sir. I didn't even ask you to tell my business.
Come on.
You
Come on, help somebody,
eating-
bro.
Get out my business.
You eating Southern made. You ain't got no structure.
Yeah, that's true.
But I look, I'm not
But this guy
knocking.
done saying you worked out.
Hold on a second now.
That's the justification.
Hold
That
on
we
now.
make it our
I worked
minds.
out.
Look,
Let me get this Twinkie.
but watch
No.
this. Watch this. I only say this to those are not serious.
Right.
Yeah.
But to the ones that are serious, they sitting back right now listening, saying, "Swole right,"
Facts. Right.
because I have a
Right.
goal to lose
Right.
15 pounds.
Right.
Yeah.
Eating like that not gonna help me lose my 15 pounds. So what I say is,
Prolong it.
you're like a bird in the sky with one wing. You're going in circles. You're giving your money to the gyms. You're spinning your wheels. So what I'm trying to say is, you don't have structure. And that's what I'm here to help people with is structure.
on.
So in order to,
And that's what we lack as a people. I'm sorry.
no, you're right.
That's what we really
Structure.
lack. As
But
a
you know what we lack? We making those poor choices,
Ooh.
right? Because we don't know how to portion control. And see, this is how I teach my family. This is how I teach the world. See, the thing is, we need to start eating to get full and not to get stuffed.
Right. That's really I learned that. I
We don't
really
listen to
learned-
our bodies.
I hope y'all tuning in on Facebook and YouTube. I hope y'all tuning in and listen to this.
And this is perfect in lieu for Thanksgiving.
Yes, this
You
is
do
so
not
perfect.
have to get real
On Culture Connected
ham,
TV. This is
turkey.
Yes, this is
We're
so perfect.
eating-
brisket. You
the
ain't got to
reason-
get all that on one plate.
Here go. I'm sorry.
Correct.
I gotta push out some numbers. But the reason why 75% of this world is
Yeah.
obese. I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
man.
the states.
Yeah.
United States. Excuse me.
Yes.
Let me rephrase that. United States.
Yeah.
Is obese is because not just the fast food, not just the buffets, not just your mom and pop store, restaurants, excuse me, or not just the extravagant and lavish restaurants that serve the 8 ounce T-bone steak and all that good
Southern.
stuff and all that, they're good for, okay, your soul food and all that.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to rub it in. Right, but it's out there, right?
Right, it's out there.
Okay, but check it out. Like I said, it's okay to eat those things with moderation.
Right.
Now we do have some pushback, like, all right, man, don't be eating no McDonald's. What you doing? What you doing eating Taco Bell? Don't be. Come on. Now I'm gonna have some pushback.
Ooh, you said 2 places. You ain't gonna catch
But I'm
me.
trying to tell you, I that's structure. I'm gonna tell you what's good for you and what's not good for you.
Yeah.
That's what we don't take the consideration of being disciplined by saying, okay, Swoll, you right. Now, in order for me to get on stage and look my best, I had to tell myself that first.
Right.
And so I can't lead you in the direction to go down this path I ain't never been.
Right.
So I have to tell you, hey, look, I've been down that path. It's very hard. So guess what? If you do stumble and say, so I had me some McDonald's or I had me Taco Bell, I say, okay, look, we have tomorrow. But this time, let's not make it tomorrow. Let's make it Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Why? Because I want your good to outweigh your bad. And see, the thing that we have, we sit at the restaurants, and that's why I'm against buffets. We sit at the restaurants, and we got 3-4 plates in front of us. So not only are we getting full, but we're stuffing ourselves.
Yeah.
And
That
so,
goes to gluttony, and gluttony is a sin.
right.
It
so
is.
yeah,
We
yeah.
seeing it now.
I do realize that when my uncle was one of the general managers at the Horseshoe, and I had access to the buffet.
Don't take me out the gold member card. You
My-
can walk on
my son said, my 13-year-old I'm talking about, because he was like, man, we just used to go eat at the buffet all the time. That's probably why I used to be fat. I was like, me too.
Because your body is only acclimated to a certain calorie deficit, right? So when your body say, okay, I'm able to take in right now 3,200, right? I go to a buffet, I may be putting in 46, 5,100. So now I'm walking out wobbly. And now I'm in the car miserable.
Yeah, you get in that car.
And then, I want to unloosen my belt. I may want to take off one shoe.
Gotta get
You
I
gotta
want
get
to
comfortable
put
just
the
to drive
AC
home.
on high.
Just to drive home.
Because that food make you sweat too, see?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so then when I get home, guess what? I gotta torture myself by sitting on this toilet.
Come on. You gotta release.
Now I gotta take me some Atlanta, some Pepto-Bismol, because I got cramps, because I done overdid it. And then you wake up in the morning and you get on the scale because you got this complex. And so you get on the scale and like, I went to the gym all week. I should be all right. And then next you know, you up 5 pounds. Why? Because look at all them calories you got. See, okay, so your body's holding on. Okay, excuse me. That's how I go into my teaching. Our bodies hold on to calories before it hold on to fat. So you can necessarily burn off the calories, right? So you got 3,500 makes 1 pound of fat, right? You go in there. I teach my people. In one session, one day, you burn what? 1,000 calories. The next day, another 1,000, right? You got 2,000 calories. I'm not for to put in your body in a meal plan over 2,000 calories. Go look on the back of the content. It said what? 2,000 calorie deficit. So what you gotta do is now you gotta go into science. Now you gotta start talking about macro counting and calorie counting, and that's how it gets serious. And so in order to go down that path, I had to calorie count. I had to make sure I had the 7 ounces of chicken. I had to make sure I had the 5 ounces of vegetables. I had to make sure I had the 4 ounces of carbs. And I had to make sure I did this for 18 weeks. And I can't eat no McDonald's, no Taco Bell, no Popeye, no Southern Made in between. Because I'm trying to get on this stage and win something.
Right.
Come on.
I'm trying to make myself proud because I put in the hard work. And see, so that's what I'm trying to tell my people. I'm trying to help my people and understand, look, you can come to me and pick my brain. I have the knowledge. I have the tools. I have the skills to pay the bills. Let's win together.
Why do you think people
Win
don't?
together.
Why do you think that we
Because
won't
as
come and
Black
have that
American
conversation?
people, we always got our hand out. You're not going to come to me and say, Swoll, can you write me a meal plan? And before I help you in helping you go down the right direction, I got my hand out like this, where it costs $30. No, if my sister, my brother say, Swoll, how can I get back on the right track? You're not asking for a meal plan. You're asking to get back on the right track.
Right.
What are you eating? I'm eating this. Okay, cut that out. I'm going to help. I'm going to give you the tools. I'm going to help you carve your way
You gotta
into.
apply them though.
I'm going to help you. And that's,
We don't apply.
and we don't apply. And that's when I come in to help you, what? To be accountable.
I'm tired of that.
Right?
now.
You know my
How you lost the
my
weight?
number.
Gotta apply it.
You got my inbox.
Yeah.
It's okay to get in my inbox and question me. Ask me how to do this, how to do that. But Black American people, we don't consider how to ask for help. We got to have this chest like, oh, I can do this on my own. But you failing. When you try to do it on your own, you're not succeeding. And you got a professional bodybuilder sitting right next door to you, and you're not even... Swoll, man, I'm on my dial, man. I'm doing bad, man. I'm up 5 pounds, man. Sure, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. And I'm in the gym every day. What you eating? Well, man, sure. What time you eat? Man, sure. You got excuses. But when you're doing the right thing, you don't have room for excuses.
Right. I think that I think one of the reasons why people don't tap in, or why Black people
Come on, I'm
don't
talking.
tap in and ask for help, say for instance someone who might know you, I think the reasons why we don't ask is because, one, we just weak. We know that we're not going to do the work. We already know the answer. We don't ask because we already know the answer. I know that I need to stop eating McDonald's.
Yeah.
I know that one of my biggest problems
Chicken Big
was
Mac.
that every morning, like a lot of people go get coffee, I went and got a 44-ounce Coke every morning before work and a bag of chips. That was my breakfast. Then on lunch, I went and got my refill of my Coke, and that was my breakfast and my lunch every day for 7 years. And I ate whatever I wanted to for dinner. And so I wasn't gonna ask my sister, who was doing great in her health journey, what are you doing? Because you was gonna tell me the first thing, stop doing what I know I'm already doing. So I think that we know and sometimes we just not to that strong mental point.
to break that
We
habit.
haven't changed that mind, and I don't want you to, because I've learned that when a person is defensive, they're not ready to change. Right? So if you tell me, well, Dorian,
Man,
stop
that is so true.
eating McDonald's. And
That
if
is
I
so
become,
true.
well, I eat McDonald's because
It's
I'm on a
done.
budget, and they have
That's
a 4 for
done.
4 and
That's an excuse.
it's an excuse. And so we ain't stupid, and people don't want to waste your time because they know they're wasting their own time.
They're wasting their own time. And then, so I look at it this way, right? So I'm getting ready for a show, okay? This was my second show. And let me tell you what failure looks like,
Okay.
right? Now, remind you, my coach is my wife. I'm not here to shut down the coaching staff in the community, but nobody was there for me.
Mm.
I didn't have nobody prepping my meals. I didn't have nobody watching my back when I was lifting all that heavy weight. I didn't have nobody show me how to pose. I didn't have nobody.
And he a dope poser, y'all. He dope. He dope. He dope.
Thank you, brother.
You got. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut y'all. The next time, we gotta go. You gotta check him out. He dope.
Oh yeah, we definitely gotta tap in.
He be on. He be posing. He be on it. It's dope. And he the only one that. But he the only one that. And he the only one that does that. That's what like makes him like stand out. You know what I'm saying? Because he animated. But yeah, go back.
But the thing is, I had someone that was in my corner, my wife, of course.
Yeah, come on.
Okay, she graced me into that realm of finding myself.
Awesome.
You know, and
Teamwork.
It was teamwork.
Right.
And of course, I ain't gonna lie, I was looking for guys to, come spot me.
Yeah.
Come help me on this journey of mine, man. I promise you, man, we going all the way. We going to the pros, man. And nobody was there.
Yeah.
Nobody. Nobody didn't want to sacrifice their time. Nobody didn't want to lift the heavy weights like I was lifting. Nobody wanted to eat like I was eating. I was in this by myself along with my wife.
Right.
My wife said, "You don't need nobody, baby. I got you." I say, "Thank you, baby." And we went all the way.
Awesome.
11 shows turned pro.
Wow.
And then 4 shows post-pro, right? And so...
Shouts out to teamwork. Shouts out to that Black queen, right?
Come on.
So,
Shout them
like
out.
the Bible tells us that behind every great man is what? So, shouts out to every woman out there who's been a great woman behind her man.
I have nothing without her.
I love it.
Without her, I'm nothing.
That's awesome.
As a good king, yeah, you understand? Because they had good kings, bad kings,
right?
But as a ruler of my household, you may catch me on my knee bowing down,
right?
Because guess what? I'm able to have a card that say professionalism because of her. But yet my heart was still trying to go out to the community saying, I appreciate this person who was there for me. I appreciate that person who was there for me. And guess what? They really wasn't.
Right.
So I was still trying to give back to the community. I was still trying to show love, but nobody was really there.
Right.
I got more ridicule going after my shows. I got more ridicule. I had a lot of people, really not, wasn't there for me before I got on stage, and after stage, now you're there for me? But you kind of throwing it in my face.
What area was most of your competitions? Was this like the New Orleans
so most
area?
of my show, my first starting shows, I'm going to get into that second one I was telling you about. It started off, first I opened up here, hometown. Did my classic with Superman Blunt, the OCC.
Okay.
I did that show. That was 2017.
Yeah.
All right. I had some critics tell me, "Hey man, you need to get out them shorts. You got legs. Show them off." So I jumped into bodybuilding. My second show, and this is why I fumbled the ball. All right. I fumbled the ball because I didn't have nobody in my corner to tell me about how to reduce sodium, how to reduce water at a specific time, how to carb load. I didn't have that. I wasn't going to Google and think I was going to find the answer. I wasn't going to call a professional bodybuilder that was on social media and say how you do it. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I had to learn as I went along on this journey, right? So on this second show, got into my trunks, you know what I'm saying? And I went to the show and I signed up. This was in Houston at the Branch Warren. And I, of course, with no knowledge, because we doing this together. We in this together. We're in this together. So check this out. I signed up under the wrong category. And so I went according to my age, but I didn't go according to my division. All right? Wow. Right. So I went against men that was 50, 60 years old, and they was in their best shape. And this was my second show. And they been there 3-4 times. Probably at this show. You feel me? And so I get up there, and I got blown out.
Wow!
I didn't come in place. See, a lot of people don't know I didn't get in place at all. And I say, hold on a second. Okay, what am I missing? See, I wasn't that type of person that got pride, and I still don't have pride today. So I tried reaching out. And when I noticed that nobody was there for me, guess what? Guess what I did? I put on my boots. I tightened them up even more.
Yeah.
Come on.
I told my wife, okay, baby, that was a mistake. We didn't know. But guess what? We finna start doing our research.
Right.
And when we started doing our research, my wife put that buckle on.
Yeah.
Went in that fifth gear, took off.
That's good.
And the community watched me every show.
That's dope.
Getting better and better and better with time. But you didn't know. I was passing by Popeyes with my window down, smelling that chicken. Because, I'm from New Orleans.
Right.
My grandmother lived right around the corner from the original Popeyes off Tennessee Street. You heard me?
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
You know what I'm saying? And to this day, that Popeyes never brought it back up. The Ninth Ward in New Orleans was devastated totally. I don't know if nobody know, but that's 27 below sea level.
Yeah. I lived in New Orleans for 6 years. I was in
There you go.
New Orleans during Katrina.
What part of town?
Uptown, the Third Ward.
Uptown, Third Ward.
I lived on Rocha Blade.
Calio.
Right around the corner from Louisiana Parkway.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
So if
Calio.
Katrina hadn't come, I'm 8 out of 10%. I'm 8 out of 10 sure that I would still be in New Orleans.
Yeah.
I wouldn't live in the city post.
Yeah, we'll have to talk about that another time. I was in Katrina. That's a whole story in itself.
Ooh, I got one too.
That's a deep.
I feel like Katrina is my fault.
Wow.
Oh yeah, she did tell me about that story.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, not literally, but I was running from God. And I prayed to God that Friday before Katrina. I prayed to God and I told him, I can't let this
On
go.
the way, I get up out of here.
You're gonna have to take it from me.
Ooh, she gonna make me say something.
You're gonna have to take it from me. If this is not what you have from me, you're gonna have to take it from me.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for Katrina, I wouldn't have got closer to God.
I'm telling you, same here. I loved being in New Orleans. I loved all I had to do was just have a job.
The property
and I was
taxes are
successful.
increasingly ridiculous.
Party and have fun.
So I understand why you're not, going back there.
Yeah. And the property has increased. The crime is astronomical.
Yeah.
And it's just it does. And more than anything, it doesn't feel like New Orleans.
It's not.
Like
it's
the tourist stuff is still good, but New Orleans, the essence of the city,
vibe,
the
culture,
is what it was.
Yeah.
It is not.
Yeah,
the same
the
at
culture.
all.
The culture is not as thriving as it once
It washed
was.
away. I mean,
It did.
It
was
washed,
a big devastation to a lot of people. I lost some family. I was in it myself. Thank God that He saved me.
Yeah.
And I will testify that I'm in the midst of writing a book on it. I would like to do a podcast more on it and really just
Definitely.
open up because at one point when that time came, I couldn't talk about it. And I did need some therapy.
Yeah.
I
didn't realize I had trauma. Like when storms and stuff like that come, I get so nervous and like just anxious about it, and things of that sort. And a lot of people don't realize. I tell people like Katrina, that whole situation is kind of like warning before destruction, because a lot of people don't realize that there was a storm, a hurricane that came the week before Katrina. So that's the only way that we were able to not be completely devastated was because we were a little bit prepared the week before Katrina. My son's, I was there with my son's dad, and his father was in the hospital, and so he had just come home from the hospital. So we knew that if we were without electricity for a couple of days with this small storm, or whatever, we knew that it was just going to be all the worst, And so we knew like, we got to get out of the city. So we sent his mom and our son. We sent them out, but we stayed behind. But crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
My family got out in time. Of course, stayed behind because we have property, and we were trying to conceal property and things of that nature because of, not what was coming. The expectations of the aftermath. We didn't think about that.
Not at all.
Because a lot of people don't understand that the storm had already passed. All right, so the storm had already passed,
over.
but yet the current of the water in the levees is what knocked down the walls, right? Because of man-made construction. Thank you, brother. Because of man-made construction, right? The devastation had took place,
right?
And we're not gonna bring up no conspiracies. You know, because that's, like I said, it's another story.
That's a whole other story.
A whole nother story.
A whole nother
Now-
story. And is it? I'm while you taking your sip, I'm gonna ask you this: is it not amazing to you that it was never spoke on for real? It kind of just went away. Like
Well-
it really just wasn't real. I'm talking about Katrina as a whole.
As a whole. We're going on next year will be 20 years.
Yeah.
And that's why God is using Tvokalz here and the whole non-production and to literally give me the platform to unleash things that I've been holding in.
Right.
Not only have I been in the city for 11 years because I was rebuilding my city for 5 years post Katrina.
Right.
And so at that time, I was also going through a lot of therapy. And so I had to go back home to get the therapy. But in the midst of therapy, I was actually healing. Because even though this city had pushed me out, I had to come back to recap, like what we mentioned earlier, recap on the trauma and say, hey, I'm good now. Let me take off. So God had say, okay, now you healed.
Yeah.
Let me take you to Shreveport.
Because you can't really help nobody until you
heal.
get this.
I-
Because what I learned, and I'm sorry, I
No, you
tried
good.
to do that. I went through a period where I felt like I had to help other people to make me feel better.
Don't
Right.
ever do that.
So I was helping from a place of hurt.
Yeah.
Which end up hurting myself and me hurting others,
Yeah.
right? And I was trying to help people, and I wasn't healed, and I was pulling off their wounds and was pulling off mine at the same time. So I was absolutely no help
Yeah.
because your triggers are really my triggers, and now we both just falling apart. So that inner work is so important. And I unfortunately have to run. I have a 1 o'clock appointment.
Yeah.
It's all
So
good.
I had to, but I told Tommy that I had to stop by. I wanted to hop on.
Yes.
Blessings to you and your journey and everything that you're doing. I appreciate you for this platform because our people need to understand our health. Like we need to understand the importance of what we put into our bodies. And when I tell you, when I do a lot of talking to the youth and to the young people, that's
Let's
my
go.
heart. That's my
Let's go.
I like them because I like
go.
to let them know
Let's win together.
what it is. But when I go into these schools and I see how unhealthy these kids are, and us as parents, we're doing the trending things.
Yeah.
And we're not understanding, and I'm guilty of it as well. Like I say, I'm trying to do better by my son, but you know, a lot of kids, all they got is Starbucks, and they don't understand 5 Starbucks a week. That's why you 16 years old and you in a size 20 clothes. Like, so we need to have those more real life conversations, especially when it comes to our health.
It's time.
So I appreciate you. We're
2025, look alive.
2025, look alive.
Yeah. And when I say let's win
2025,
together,
look
I'm talking
alive.
about
Yes.
collaborating.
Let's
on.
do it.
That's what I mean.
Because when you said that communication
Rules the nation.
nation,
That's right.
I do
start
believe
with
that
us.
I do believe with that, but I really believe that collaboration
Yes.
is what truly pushes
And that's
the
what
nation.
it is. Communication rules the nation, meaning we have to come together
Yes.
and talk about it.
Yes, that collaboration,
Yeah.
because that's the one thing, and I swear I'm leaving after this because I'll talk all day.
Yeah, me
But
too.
collaboration is literally the only
That's
thing
it.
that the other ethnicities have over us.
Man, God,
That is
all
the
you not-
only thing that they have over us. They have the power. They will see little
good talk.
crackhead Susan and Buck Joe down
Yeah.
there
Yeah.
having sex with goats, and
Yeah.
they'll still hire them
Yeah.
on a $200,000 job
Yeah.
because they understand the collaboration. They understand it is something that, although they off right now, is something that we can build or grow or whatever. They're not intimidated by
That's
that.
right. That's right.
Right? They understand the power of collaboration,
That's
and we
right.
got to do that as well.
That's it.
So,
That we exactly got to. It was nice meeting you.
Same here.
This,
Pleasure's
this is the
mine.
beginning.
beginning of many.
Come on.
Beginning of many.
So thank you, D.Ford. Listen,
I'm
I
out,
need y'all to
y'all.
follow D.Ford right now. Dorian Ford on Facebook. Follow her on all her social
y'all gotta
medias.
Tune in for my
Yes.
show that's coming up. So here's the thing.
Yes,
Because I
yes.
cannot wait to talk about the Love Is Blind reunion. Whew.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm
Yes.
there. I'm there.
All right.
Yes, and also too, she does have a Christmas festival that's coming soon.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, love you much. Yes, so yeah, you see Dorian had to leave, you guys, but hey, this is what it's about. It's all about like you said, collaboration, and also too, communication does rule the nation, and we got to talk about these things, man. Real talk. We definitely have to talk about these mental health. We definitely have to talk about things like that, and also weight loss, because some of our people, the reason why you're not happy, the reason why you don't feel like you love, the reason because you might need to lose some weight. Get that weight off of you.
Dead weight.
Dead weight.
Dead weight.
It's dead weight. It's almost like when you got someone that has grew dreads for a long time.
Come on.
And it gets spiritual. It's a spiritual thing. You know what I'm saying? But when they cut it, it's the reason why. It's the reason why they cut they dreads. You know what I'm saying?
Anew.
Come on. To what? To start a new.
Yeah.
Come on.
Everything has to be anew.
Yes. So yeah. So by cutting that weight, you're starting something new, guys.
Right.
And man, bro, we had a great time on here, man. We've been vibing, man. Man, it's gonna even get even better and better. We definitely, man. I would love to have these talks, man.
Yeah,
even
just
if,
the beginning.
Even if we can do this every week. Yeah. You know, every week or once a week, man. You get on here, man.
Oh, it's gonna get deeper.
Yeah, it's gonna get deeper, and it's so crazy. I got one of my good friends, man. He's a bodybuilder, but this guy is a weightlifter. So getting those two guys in the same,
let's go.
It's gonna be so dope.
Let's win together.
Yeah, let's win together. That's the hashtag, y'all, for 2025. Let's win together.
That's right.
And it should be the hashtag for the rest of your life.
For the rest of our lives.
Continue to win together. We are better together. It don't matter what race. It don't matter what creed. Whatever we're better together.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
With 2025, look alive. We are dying senselessly.
Come on. Yes, man.
With no sense at all
man.
how we are dying so frivolously.
Yeah.
We need to look alive with our health. We need to look alive with our communication to our family. We need to look alive with our faith. We need to look alive with respecting each other.
Yes.
We need to look alive mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. We need to look alive. We're walking around here dead. We can't go in another year looking dead. We're walking around here like zombies. We walking around here not looking like we are a bag of money. We need to walk around here looking fit. Money bag fit. We need to come around here good hustle, money, muscle, knowing that each day we must have a sacrifice in hand. We can't come to the altar without the sacrifice.
Come on, man.
You go to God every day, please do this, please do that. You need to start doing for yourself.
For yourself.
And then God gonna say, okay, let me help you. Once you put in 1 foot, he gonna put 2 feet.
Come on, or put all of them in.
You hear me?
Him and everybody else. So yeah, man. Man, I love it, man. Listen,
Thank you.
It's your boy Tvokalz, the host. This is my boy Big Swoll, man.
Swoll,
Continue to follow us, man. Tell them how can they follow you right
Swoll
quick?
Francois, Facebook. Bowed Up Money, Instagram. Yes. And so right now I'm just working off those 2 social platforms right now.
Okay, cool.
And eventually, as this platform grows, I will branch out and open up X.
We definitely gotta get a YouTube channel.
X.
I get your YouTube channel, bro.
And then I have a YouTube channel.
Okay.
It's also Bowed Up Money TV. I haven't been uploading anything, but this is the beginning.
So this right here will definitely be uploaded.
This is
we
the beginning. So
this.
now my YouTube channel, Bowed Up Money TV, will be initially off this platform because this is a true blessing for me.
Culture Connected TV, baby.
We have to be connected culturally.
Come on, man, and that's what it's all about on Culture Connected TV, man. Is bringing the platform for people that have something to say.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And Bowed Up Money, I'm going to cut you off. I'm sorry,
you good.
Bowed Up Money, just Bowed Up is bringing out everyone's dreams under progressiveness.
Yeah, I hear that.
Yeah. We all have dreams, but we have to be progressive. If you're trying to lose 10 pounds, you have to be progressive.
Facts.
You can't stop along the way. You can't stop, you're going to end up starting over.
Facts.
Just go and get it over with. Get them 10 pounds off, celebrate, and then you will put 10 pounds back on. You know what to do to get it back off. Come on.
Facts, man. Facts. Yeah. So, hey, much love to you, man. Listen, we out of here, man. It's your boy Tvokalz, the host.
Swoll Master Sosa.
Hey, see us next time, man. Stay tuned. Keep God first. Hey, let's stay together.
Let's stay together. Let's win together.